Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back and welcome to my iPad Air 2 Gold Edition review. Gold Edition, hence the back, is gold in color. Pretty cool. Anyways, so I got this from Rogers a few months ago. Been running the daylights out of it almost on a daily basis. Having a lot of fun. I've been writing music on it with the Pages program, which is a very powerful word processor, by the way, that comes with it. And I've hooked my iRig device into it a couple of times to play my electric guitar. And I use GarageBand on my iMac generally, so I got GarageBand for this. And I'm disappointed in the fact that GarageBand for the iPad is not set up the same as it is on the iMac. So you have to learn GarageBand pretty much all over again. But it's pretty close. You know, it's just not as nice as it is on the iMac. So you do have a little bit of a learning curve there. But it's there. You got to kind of deal with it. Now, iMovie comes with it, and iMovie is just it's a good basic video editor program. Now, I've tried running it on the Mac. It's a little confusing. On the iPad, I haven't tried it yet, so I don't know if it's much easier. It might be. You never know. Of course, I also have two of my Bibles downloaded, and you do get some other useful apps that you can see on the screen here, as well as on here. Now the camera is really nice. I like the camera. Panoramic, square, photo, video, slow-mo, and time-lapse as well. Okay, which is pretty cool that you can do time-lapse stuff. Okay, and of course you do have front and rear-facing camera, and that works great. Pages program, simple and easy to use. Create a document. Pick your basics, pick reports, essays, visual reports, letters, all kinds of pre-made templates here for all kinds of stuff. Works really well. So you can have a lot of fun, very powerful program. Another benefit, you do have Siri on here as well. And so you can have fun with Siri if you like. I have a Liquid Image app on here, which runs my Liquid Image sports camera. And I like it actually better on the iPad using it because it's a much larger screen view than it is on the iPhone. Okay, and we have an iPhone 5S, so we have a small screen. We don't have a 6 or 6S because after checking the reviews on those, no way. The 5S is a rock solid machine, and quite like the 5S very much. I do have a bulletproof glass on this, hence shatterproof, drill-proof, scratch-proof, etc. And that cost me $6 and change at dealextreme.com, whereas in Canada it would have cost me upwards to $90. Okay, for the exact same thing, right? For quality-wise and features of the glass and so on. I do not recommend going without a type of shatterproof glass. Those things where you just peel and stick type of thing, they will not protect your screen. You drop it, you still toast your screen. So at least with a shatterproof / drill-proof, bulletproof glass as they call it, you're pretty much guaranteed you're not going to damage your main screen if you should happen to drop this thing. Now you can still damage the casing without a protective case, which only makes common sense. Protect your investment. These are a lot of money. Okay, I have ordered a cheap case for now from Deal Extreme, and I'm waiting for that to come in still. There was a few days difference on shipping, and right now it's actually a week, actually 2 weeks I think, past due from when I got my screen protector, so I'm hoping that shows up soon. Because right now I'm kind of still paranoid taking it anywhere without a protective casing for the main case area. But I am going to be ordering a military grade super heavy duty case once I get the money. I picked one out on Amazon that I liked and that I found that was more than suitable and then some. Probably extremely overkill, but hey, I'm all about overkill when it comes to protecting my investments. So pretty simple machine to use, really. I mean, it doesn't get much easier than this. Now, I'm not going to go into the settings area because there is private and personal information in my settings area to deal with my accounts and stuff for Rogers, so I don't want to go into there and mess around and show you that stuff, but hey, that's the way it goes. But setting this thing up and customizing it, very simple and easy to do. Very straightforward. Now you do have this area as well. You got a little search bar and so on. You do have Bluetooth on here, so you can hook up Bluetooth devices to a certain degree. You cannot hook up a mouse. I tried 17 ways to Sunday. You can't do it. It's an iPad, okay? You just can't do a mouse, which is kind of actually disappointing in a way, because you'd think a tablet should be, especially when it has an operating system, it should be a lot like a computer, because my Dell tablet was like that. It had Windows 8 on it, and I could hook a mouse to that, but this I can't. But who cares? I really don't need the mouse anyways. I can use my finger to touch and launch a program or get into features of the program, or use a pen. Who cares? It does work fine. One of the other shortcomings is, other than the glass is very easy to shatter, is the microphone sucks for recording live vocals. If you're going to do, like, say, just talking like we are right now, that's fine. It'll record it great. Playback is great. But when you throw in like an instrument, be it a guitar or whatever, and you try to do that kind of recording, it's not going to work for you with the built-in mic. You will need to hook up a third-party microphone somehow and do it that way, or do everything on your main system like I do on my iMac. I bought a Snowball Blue USB mic, which is studio grade and does an awesome, outstanding job for doing the audio for my guitar and whatnot. So I kind of leave it to my big system for that. Now, if you find that your computer is slowing down as far as launching apps or whatever, or running them, it could be you have too many apps open in the background. Even though they're not active as far as frontal view goes, they are still taking system resources and hardware memory from you, which is used for running software. So just double click on the home button quickly, and you'll see you got some open. So just swipe up, and it closes them. And that's it. Now you've freed up all that system memory. As far as storage capacity goes, I've got the 64 gig model here. They do make larger versions, and they do make a smaller version. And I would not recommend anything below 64 gig, or it's not even worth turning on the power. Okay? Just because you won't have any real space to do anything. Because keep in mind, you will still get operating system updates. I just got one today. I'm running OS 9.3.3 now, I believe it is. And so Apple keeps you up to date. That takes space. You need the available space. Even though it's not a ton, it's still, even the work you do and you save on this thing is taking space. So 64 gig will go a long way for you, okay? Whereas opposed to a 16 gig, like our iPhone 5S, for example, we've got the 16 gig model, and it's adequate for a couple of short videos and some pictures and stuff. But then when it comes to programs, it starts swallowing up that space really fast. So you got to delete stuff too. And Apple has this habit of making double backups for you, and it's like, man, you got to clear them out once in a while too. But that's fine. It's not a big thing. At least you know what's going on, which is good. Overall, I'm going to give this thing 3 3/4 out of 5. Lousy mic for trying to record anything more than just yakking. The glass is extremely fragile. If you drop it once, it's gone. So that's expensive to replace your whole glass on your iPod. The casing on it is nice. It's aluminum and whatnot, and it's extremely thin, which does make me also a little bit nervous, which is why I'm saying get a case. I would get a case for anything, whether it's an Android tablet, a Windows tablet, or this thing. I would still recommend cases for any of them, period, because no matter what happens, if you drop it, you can cause damage. Okay, and the protective glass you definitely want on any of them, just because you need to protect that glass. Okay, so that's definitely a must. So stay away from peel and stick stuff, because that's only for fingerprints. That's not going to protect the glass. If you drop it, you will still shatter it. Now, I don't know the exact dollar figure that I'm paying for this, but I mean, I do have Wi-Fi and data access, because I went through a cellular company to get both accessible to me, which is a difference you'll find in buying one straight up and out. You'll pay less money, but no data access, okay, usually. So you go through a cell phone company, you can get it on monthly payments. I pay like 44 bucks a month, which is nothing. And with that, I get 3 gigs of data. So, and within 2 years, my tablet, I own it outright, which is great. And I like that 3 gigs of data too. It really helps, especially when I'm using this thing as a hotspot to offset my Rogers Rocket Hub for my internet, because we try to keep our internet bill as cheap as possible, and it is extremely expensive to run high-speed internet in the country with the Rogers Rocket Hub, and it's the only thing we have accessible to us actually, because they don't have DSL or cable here. The only other options were satellite, which really sucks balls, and of course there's one called wireless, which is a radio frequency system, which sucks even worse than satellite. So we went with the Rocket Hub. It's a lot more money, but at least we're getting phenomenal speeds, which is what we need. Okay, so that helps to have that data to offset a bit. But other than that, you do have email program as well for your emailing. Safari app comes with it for surfing. I've downloaded Chrome because I don't like Safari myself. You have text messaging you can do on this thing. FaceTime, both video and audio, or straight audio. You can make an actual phone call on this thing, but it's like, well, through Rogers, it's 55 cents a minute local calling. And I don't know why anybody in their right mind would want to make a phone call on a 9.5 inch or 10 inch tablet, or call it a phablet at that point. But hey, at least the accessibility is there if you really needed to for some reason, forgot your phone at home, but you got your tablet, you could still make your phone call. Just, it's going to cost you. But anyway, photo program is great. I love the speed of AirDrop between iDevices. I can transfer anything I want between any of my iDevices, which is great. But you cannot use AirDrop with between an iDevice and a PC. It doesn't work. It's not supposed to anyway. But it does work good. And my iRig device for my guitar plugs right into the bottom USB port, which is also the charge port. And it does charge rather quickly. Like, even from an almost dead battery, you're still only looking at a maximum of about 2-hour recharge time, and you're 100% again. But even still, it takes a long time to even drain the power on this. At least with what I've been doing, like even running GarageBand, which is very processor intensive, etc. I still don't drain the power that easily. I think the most in an entire day of usage, doing my typing, my GarageBand, my editing of my typing, etc. I think I may have used maybe half my battery during the day, and that was it. So it's like recharge time is even shorter time for me. Even after letting the thing sit for say a week without using it at all or powering it up and not even on the charger, hey, you power it up, it's still 100%, which is great. You're still got a fully loaded battery, so the battery holds an amazing charge. So all around it is a great machine, but it does get that 3 3/4 out of 5 rating for the reasons I've mentioned. But I do still recommend, if you want to get into an iPad, don't go anything below a 64 gig or you're wasting your money. You just won't have the storage capacity. So it's 64 gig or bigger. If I could have afforded the 128, I probably would have gone with it, but I couldn't, so 64 it is. And I believe it was 64 gig as well in my Windows 8 tablet that I had, and it was quite sufficient for even doing my movies, my editing of my movies, and everything on that thing. But this thing, it's an awesome machine. I love it. So let me know what you guys think. That's my review. We're going to tie it up here, and I wanted to make sure I got the main highlights and stuff. Now, before we go, the only other thing I wanted to show you was if you want to delete a program. Okay, so press and hold, just press it, press and hold on an icon. My other finger. Guitar fingers, I got callus. If you have callus on your fingers, it's going to interfere a little bit. So there you go, press and hold. Anything with an X, you can delete. Okay? No X, no way to delete it. Okay? But anything with an X, you can delete very quick and easy. When you're done deleting, press the home button once, it stops the shaky rattle roll stuff, and away you go. So pretty simple to delete stuff, very simple to get rid of background apps that may be running or not. Okay, so let's fire up the camera again. Double click, and boom, that's simple. So, too easy. And like I said, you got Siri on here too, you can have fun with her. Anyways guys, that's it, that's all. Thanks for watching, and we'll be sure to catch you on the next video.